Kia ora koutou. So it's Mike here. It's been a year since I did this lovely event behind me, Taupo 2019 70.3. I got reminded that this channel was still active and people were taking the Mikey out of me for doing 6 days of vlogs. Yep, vlogging is actually quite difficult and to keep it up and going is quite time consuming. I did enjoy it though. I enjoyed the feedback, the almost camaraderie of some people, and I actually enjoyed the piss taking of other people. That was quite cool actually. Just noticed I couldn't do the Wanganui half marathon because I had injured my foot. And then it reminded me, this has been 1 year since Taupo 2019. It's been a crazy year in 2020, hasn't it? I mean, we've had COVID, we had a whole bunch of other stuff going on globally, with politics galore, and obviously I want to do the 2021 Taupo 70.3. So I was looking at my preparations and thinking to myself, what's a maybe not as delusional time to go for this time? So I'll run you through what happened last year, and some great feedback will be mightily appreciated by anybody watching this. So last year, I didn't get anywhere near as much training as I wanted to get done. And I think you all knew that. On the triathlon forum, I think people were just saying try and do 10 hours a week at least. I think I average about 5 or 6. Yeah, it is what it is. And the results speak for themselves. But I will say I did over an hour PB in the end. So that was pretty cool for me personally. So running through the events, you start off this absolutely, as you can see, magical place in New Zealand. And it's a cold, fresh morning. Swam went okay, took the swim really easy. Came out the swim full of energy, raring to go. Did a quick jog up to the bike. Felt fantastic. I think my fueling was actually really good for once. I wasn't in ketosis for this. I didn't try anything crazy. I just fueled gels every, I think it was 30 minutes on the bike after about an hour. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I finished the bike relatively strong for me. What bike's my worst thing? And I went up that final hill. I was pretty much walking up that final hill on the bike. I'll be fit. I'll be completely honest. My bike was squeaking and rubbing tires or doing something strange. In fact, there was this guy going past me in up hills, and I go past him going down the hills. It was quite funny how he was laughing at me the whole way. I was laughing at him. It was actually, I really enjoyed that last hour on the bike, which I don't normally enjoy the bike, so that was good. Got off the bike and felt good. Unlike the previous time I did a 70.3, I actually felt good. I felt full of energy. Must have been because I actually fueled this time, so that was good. So note to self, fueling is probably pretty handy in a 70.3. Yep. Ben Greenfield's idea of not fueling on carbohydrates may have worked well for him, but not for an amateur like me. Got onto the run. I felt really strong on the run. I felt I could have gone a lot faster on the run. I was just plodding along, very happy. I wanted to wait for the last 10K. Got to the last 10K. Started really going for it much faster. Didn't actually go any faster. So I was at my peak. I finished the last 2 or 3K extremely exhausted and in pain almost, if I remember correctly. It did feel like pain. But I finished and I had almost a wee little cry afterwards. I think I was emotionally wrecked. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So this is after. I was pretty happy. I must admit, I was pretty happy. Beforehand, looking all nervous. As you can see with my results, I got 34 minutes on the swim. Good 4 minutes slower than I wanted to go on the swim. Actually happy though. That's where my nice relaxing swim was. I didn't go off 700 meters in the wrong direction this time, like the previous time. So that was really handy. I couldn't stick to anyone's feet. I really thought I'd be able to stick behind some people and stay behind them. I just couldn't. every time I step behind someone, they were either too slow or way too fast. So I need to work on actually swimming with people, I think. The cycle 3 hours and 31, actually bang on what I wanted. I know I said I want to do 5 hours, but towards the end of that, towards the end of towards the end of my training, I was like, no, 3.5 hours seems about right. And I did 3.5 hours, so I was pretty stoked with that. The run was half an hour slower than I wanted. I wanted a 2 hour run for a nicer time. But you know what? That was the best I could do. With the 6 to 7 hours training, that was the best I could do. And I was very happy. So what are my goals this year? Well, next year technically, but 1 year to go, right? Unsure. Obviously, during COVID, I thought I'd go out running like everybody else and just didn't. But on 12 kg during that time frame, then I lost 8 kg very, very quickly. So I'm still in that very hit or miss whether or not I'll gain weight or not. So to sit here right now, I'm sitting at 80 kg. I would like to drop another 8 kg over the year. I can do that just with training alone. I personally feel like if I could knock off another hour, it'd still be a fat, slow, and delusional sort of time to aim for. To get sub 6 hours, I think I'll be reasonably happy. So 5 hours and 50 minutes is I think we're going to aim for. I'm still going to look towards that 30-minute mark on the swim. I swam for the first time since this event last month. I did 1.9K in 32 minutes in the pool. So I feel like swimming is my strength. Cycling, I'm going to be doing a lot more mileage in cycling this year. Not sure how yet. Not sure how. We're into summer here in New Zealand very shortly. I have a third child just being born, so I need to be very smart on how I actually do the cycling. Anyway, for anyone who's watched this, please let me know in the comments whether or not 5 hours and 50 with 1 year training is too crazy. Hopefully it is, because what's the point if it's an easy target? I'd rather fail and learn from my mistakes. Awesome. Thank you very much for listening to Fat, Slow, and Delusional, round 2.